Now, we've talked about title insurance throughout the loan estimate and the closing disclosure portions of the program. What we'd have in the manual here is kind of a one-stop area for any and all things related to title insurance. So if you just need to look up title insurance stuff, you can go to page 561 here. But here's how this kind of breaks down. We've already addressed page 561 through page 564 in the materials. It's the what, where, when, how, why as it relates to the descriptions and where title insurance gets disclosed. What I want to tackle now is the calculations. And so those begin on page 565. We've already talked about when and where things get disclosed. Let's take a closer look at the calculation because it's a little odd. Okay, it doesn't follow logic most of the time. So page 565 at the very top, letter C. So underneath letter C, number 1, I have some assumptions, and the assumptions go something like this. In order to calculate title insurance, owners and lenders title insurance, you need to seek out 3 pieces of information. Understand that there may not always be 3 pieces of information, but you need to find out if they're present. We need to find out what is the full amount of lenders title insurance if they just bought lenders title insurance. What's the full amount of owners and title insurance if that was the only thing purchased? And then we need to say, all right, now I know what each one of them are by themselves. What if we buy them both at the same time? Is there any kind of discount that's provided? And so if there's a discount, oftentimes that discount comes in the form of taking whichever 2 of those policies is cheaper. So in this case, if we're looking at C1, letter A and B, the cheaper of those 2 policies is the full owners at $25.68. What they will do is substitute the $25.68 for a $200 policy or $200 premium. So the total is $33.75. That's a pretty big discount. We need to seek out and find out whether or not those 3 pieces of information are present. If we don't have a discount, okay, things get a lot easier. If there's a discount provided, that's where it gets a bit complicated. So they go through some different examples here, and these are directly from the CFPB. These aren't things we've made up. We're taking it directly from the resources they've provided. And so they give us an example at the bottom of page 565 underneath number 2. What if there's no owner's title insurance? What if the only thing that's required is a lender's policy? Well, then it's simply going to be this $1,175 based on this example. So forget about my numbers up at the top of the page. That was for illustrating that assumption. Now let's just look at this owner's title insurance section. Let's go to page 566. What if there's no discount? So we have lenders and we have owner's insurance, and there's no discount for either one of them. And you can see on page number 566, that total amount is documented there. There's no discount applied. And so that's pretty straightforward on how it gets disclosed. Where it gets complicated is page 567 when there's discounted premiums. There's that title insurance math that you have to follow when you do this. And we've put in that equation in your books underneath 4A on page 567. You take the full owner's premium, subtract the discounted lender's premium. Take the full owner's, add the discounted lender's premium, subtract the lender's premium, and that gives you the owners. And then you disclose full lenders. And I know that doesn't make sense. Do me a favor, turn the page, go to page 568. They give you an example. We're using numbers to walk through and get this. And it still probably doesn't make sense, but this is the math that you must follow in order to disclose owners and lenders title insurance. Okay, the law, not the regulation, the law actually dictates that this is the way it must be calculated, which means it can get complicated with the bills you get from your title company sometimes. Why? Flip to page 569. Sometimes the seller pays a portion of owners and or lenders title insurance, and that throws a monkey wrench into the calculation. So the CFPB has provided some feedback on how to handle that. If we go to page 570, sometimes when we do those calculations, we get negative numbers, and it tells us how we can apply that negative amount to other things. So that's some examples of some different calculations and how to handle the outcomes of the lenders and owners title insurance based on that required calculation.